Ain't no money like free money, except last week. That's what the kids call these days cock and ball torture. Nick Whitmer, how
Yeah.
you doing? Oh my God, I haven't had a awful week like that in I don't know how long. Last week before that? No, it was 500 before that. No, I was 11 and 14 and 2. Two, of course, coming from the Browns and the under pushing. And then, of course, the Titans losing in overtime. What a bunch of dildo-y dildos. A lot of bad beats. And of course, I know you had it too. The Rams over block Pat. It was just a symphony of shit, to say the
Yeah,
least.
I got the best of that number. Everybody else is sweating out 49 hoping for a push. I actually had the 48 and a half
I
and I
did
was going
too. I
to
got it
I was
too.
I was going to win and then yeah, just a nightmare. I mean, the Dallas and Pittsburgh getting murdered killed all my teasers. The Broncos, I guess, we were on an island for a reason. We were basically fucking
We whiffed on that hard. All of our pick, all the
boy.
all the videos we posted. 0-3.
Yeah, my sides were 4-3, and I do think that Baltimore got like the Jags were plus 3.5, and like that game ended. I forget the score, like 23-7. That could have
Uh-huh.
easily been a 23-20 game. The Jags had 0 points, and they entered the 20-yard line like five times or something like that. From those,
Two missed field
it
goals
was
and a dumb fuck play by Doug Peterson, not spiking the ball and taking the points before the half. I
yeah,
mean,
it's just like it
call
was a
six, call it, call
nightmare.
it, call it six by the half, six by the half, right? Then they run that
Yeah.
kickoff back. That's 7. That's 13. They're right in the mix.
Yeah,
But yeah,
exactly. So it was just not our week. The
no.
Steelers. I thought last week would be the spot where they just were like, okay, we got embarrassed. Now let's turn it on. Clearly not the case. The Sharps apparently are on them again this week. I can't take them in any capacity. I think there is a risk that Tomlin lost this locker room, but we can get to that when we get to that game, which I believe is the second game we're going to talk about. So we
Yes,
can
sir.
start on Thursday night if that's cool. Kicking
Sure.
off in about 7 minutes, the New Orleans Saints at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams -4 with a total of 45 and a half.
Mm.
I saw this at 4 and I was like, oh, short week, better coach, better quarterback. The Saints are frauds. The Saints haven't played a real quarterback the entire season. How is this not a layup for the Rams? Everybody I'm talking to apparently says every sharp guy is just jizzing over the fucking Saints right now, and I don't get it. And I mean, I think that this is probably a bad play by them, but at the same time, the way that I've been going, fading these sharps like Denver last week. So I'm staying away from this one. I don't have a great feel for it other than it just seems so obviously a Rams play. What about you?
I am on -4. Here's why. Rams have covered 4 straight, longest active streak in the NFL. We all know Dennis Allen is terrible. Derek Carr, the most unprofitable quarterback. Saints are 11 and 19 and 1 under against the spread under Allen, tied with the Pats for the worst record over the last 2 years. They're 4-9 and 1 of the season. Dennis Allen 25, 41 and 1. I'm on this. I'm on the Rams -4. They need this game. You're right. The Saints are frauds. They were outstatted against the Panthers a couple weeks ago. Sure, they blew my Giants' doors off. Yes, we were wrong about that one too. I'm also on the alt line total. I'm on under 47 and a half. Why? Prime time unders, baby. 32 and 17 this year, 155, 102, and 4 over the last 5 seasons. But most importantly, the Saints 16 out of 20 have gone under, 10 out of 12 on the road under. I again, alt line, alt line. So don't go, you're giving the wrong number, dickhead. Alt line, 47 and a half. Oh, sorry, excuse me, 48 and a half. 48 and a half. So I'm really hedging with that one. So 27-20 Rams, I'm fucking fine with that. Oh, and one more.
Beautiful.
I got a
Oh
prop
yeah.
too. I've got Alvin Kamara over 30 and a half rushing yards. They're going to be down, I think, early. And I have my screen up. Oh, I'm the worst, aren't I? He has a ton. The Rams give up a lot of passing yards, and he gets a lot of receiving yards as well. So let me
Ooh,
pull him up.
say that one more time. What's the bet? I might join on
Kamara,
this one.
Kamara over 30 and a half receiving yards.
Huh.
Is that
That's
interesting?
spice. That's spicy. Interesting. Northwestern.
Oh,
Um,
thank you for making me vomit. I just had my mix up here. All right, so let's go back over his log. Giants, he had 44 yards, so that's a hit. Carolina, he had -11. Way to go. Detroit, he went over 58, so over 50 against the Falcons. Before that was the bye. 33, that's an over as well. Against the Vikes, 44 against the Bears, 51 Colts, 91 Jags, 36 Houston, 17 Pats, 33 Bucks. He has won over 31 yards every single game but the Giant game. I'm sorry, the Carolina game, week 14. Rams give it up too. I'd hop on real fast if you're going to do it, my friend.
yeah, I'm looking at 3 minutes. FanDuel's up to 34.5.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, FanDuel always has, I feel like every time I look between these, like FanDuel's numbers are always a little
Wonky.
wow, it's 35.5 by Kamara. Yeah, I got steamed up.
Woof. Good jump.
I did notice Stafford's passing yards seemed a little low. Yeah, well, that's another discrepancy.
Saints defense is good. Hey, that's a good passing defense. They're gonna run that ball at Kyron Williams.
You think so?
So.
His passing line on DraftKings is 254, and on FanDuel it is 242. When do you see a difference that big?
Say that again.
His Stafford 242.5 on FanDuel, and on DraftKings 254.5.
Holy shit! You better.
It's like a 13-yard. Yeah, so
it's
either I'm either taking under 254 over 242 or both, and hope to do the weirdest middle of all time.
Before you do that, the Saints have allowed over. I don't know what's the number he said. To what? Give me the first one.
242.5 and 254.5.
Okay, they've allowed over 242. 1, 2, 3 times. They've allowed over 252.5 once.
Yeah, that's why. That is
so go take 252 and go under.
Yeah, I think so.
They held Goff to 213. They held, well, I'm not going to count DeVito. I'm not going to count Bryce Young. I'm not going to count.
Didn't Lawrence? I don't think didn't Lawrence butcher these guys on the Thursday night, or was that rush yards?
204. I don't know about rush. He ran for 8 for 59, but he only had 204 passing.
Right.
CJ Stroud only had a $199. Baker at 246. Love at 259. I guess this is who is weak. I guess Josh Dobbs 268 is the leader in the clubhouse.
Wow.
So a lot of better quarterbacks were held down.
On one hand, though, like they haven't really played anybody besides Goff. He's probably the best quarterback they played, right? Well, CJ too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, we can move on. I'm not going to touch this. I'm not going to try to rush this in with 40 seconds until kickoff. All right, on to the Saturday games. We have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh getting 2.5 at home, total at 38. I lean maybe under this one, even though all these keep going over, but I'm not taking anything. I mean, Browning is due for some regression here. I read a stat that I think last week he had 250 some yards passing, and 211 of them were after the catch. This guy is just throwing these little slants and outs and stuff, and he's playing well, but this guy's not a real quarterback. The Steelers, who the fuck knows? I mean, it seems like with the bickering in the locker room this week between George Pickens and Jaylen Warren and all these guys, TJ Watt calling out practice effort, and then you look at tape and it's clearly just George Pickens who's loafing it in practice. Yeah, it just seems like so
blocking.
Much. Yeah, not blocking. This seems like so much turmoil. Jaylen Warren came out and said that if it were reversed, he would have blocked for him. It doesn't look good, and Pickens seems to be a virus. And Tomlin might have lost this team. He might not have lost this team. I really don't know. The only thing I can conceivably think with the Steelers at plus 2.5 is to tease them to 8.5. But with my teaser luck recently, I can't even really do that. So I'm passing this game,
especially with the way the Pittsburgh play that Steelers have played with teasers, costing me and you a considerable amount of money.
Yep. So yeah, pass for me.
I have the Cincinnati Bengals, as some assholes say, -2.
The Bengals.
Steelers are 0-3 their last three. 0-3 their pass as a dog. Bengals are 0-4 outright and against the spread in divisional games. Steelers 5-1 their past six at division games. This is more about the noise for me. I think that this is it for Tomlin. I've heard again. You're the Steelers insider. I think I think anytime you're giving as a favorite, if it's less than three, you're taking the favorite. If it's more than three, you're taking the dog. We all know that. And I just think I think it's game over, man. Game over. I don't give it. Mason Rudolph, that window dressing change, is that really going to make an all-aspiring move? And as you said to me in text, your two starting safeties are out. I know Jamar Chase is out, but that was baked in the line because they said he was going to miss weeks coming into this week. And the fact that they didn't made him questionable until today, Thursday, that's good. I have a play for the game. Actually, here's more stats for you here. Cincy, 7-3 straight up their last 10, 4-2 against the spread their last six against Pittsburgh. They won the first game. That does give me a little bit of pause when they played earlier this year. Pittsburgh 1-4 against the spread of late and straight up. Total has gone 9 out of 12 under for Pittsburgh, 14 out of 20 at home, 10 out of 14 home against Cincinnati. Look, I think Cincinnati can put up some points. The Steelers defense, we know, has been eviscerated. They're not that same, team that makes you shit your pants a bit. I have team total over for the Bengals. I weighed like a dum-dum. It's now 20.5. It should have been 19.5 when I texted you and taken it. So I have it at 20.5. And I have a fantasy play, sleeper play, T. Higgins, only $6,400. Fitzpatrick out, KZ out. Browning started looking to Higgins, caught a touchdown at the very end to salvage the game to go to overtime. And he has scored 19 points in the last PPR in 3 of the last 5 games scored. He's the number one option. T. Higgins, $6,400. You're welcome. Back after this.
The Buffalo Bills at the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are getting 12.5 at home, total of 44. This is such a spot play. In any other year, I would totally be on the Chargers here. Firing the coach, love that. Bills coming off 3 huge games, winning games, and now they get to go across the country and play a terrible Chargers team. This is such a letdown spot for Buffalo. They can just kind of sleep to like a 8 to 10 point win in this game. But the way the season's going with all these big favorites covering every week and uninspired double-digit dogs, I just have to pass this one. I definitely lean Chargers, but I just can't do it.
I stole a play from Steve Fezzik. He had the idea to take a 3-team super teaser, which is a 10-point teaser. I did the Bills down to -1.5, Kansas City to a pick'em, and the Eagles against my Giants down to -1.5. I think all they have to do is cover. It's a lot cheaper than a straight up money line parlay, which I think when I put it in was about 165 or thereabouts. So this is you're only laying -120 to hit this. So
well,
I think someone just got a little. Like, hey, can I come over and borrow some sugar?
yeah. I can't believe I'm trailing a Fez play, but damn Fez. So we got Kansas City, Buffalo.
Yep.
Ooh, Philly is now 13.5. Wow.
Ooh.
Man, oh man.
That's rough.
Where's my bet slip? There's my bet slip. Teaser, and you're saying 10 team.
10 point.
10 point. Yeah, that's a 10-point super teaser. Ooh, that only gets Philly down to 3.5, but I'm still gonna do it. I know it's probably not proper Wong, but yeah, I'm in with you. Let's do this.
By the way, Buffalo 3-7 the last 7 against the spread. They're 13-7 though, straight up of late. Yeah, you're right. Exactly right. They can come over here and those, horrible accents can get on a plane, go take a little vacation to LA, sit there and dive through tables in the parking lot and knocking over Chargers fans' goat cheese pizza. And while they complain about, I don't know, whomever. Anywho's, I ran out of jokes. I'm really tired. I'm on 4 hours of sleep, kids. So
man,
let's watch Derek Carr take a sack. There it is. Thank you. 4th down.
I got the Penguins on right now. I should change over here. We have the Detroit Lions. Wait, That's the only two game. Yeah, that's the only two games on Saturday. It's the Steelers game and the Bills game. All right, now on to Sunday. The Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are getting 3 at home, total of 47.5. I did want to take the Vikes plus 3.5. I missed the 3.5. I'm sure it'll
Yeah.
pop back up. I think the public's going to pound the Lions. I like the way the Vikings defense is playing. I like the way Mullins is moving the ball despite a really asinine, terrible, maybe the worst interception I've ever seen. And I can't believe I had to sweat out that Minnesota plus 3.5 last week when they were up 17-3 in the fourth quarter. But it happens, especially this year. So lean Vikes plus 3.5, but it's not available currently. Maybe I'll check again here in a sec. Maybe, but as of 10, 15, 20 minutes ago, it was not available. So I got nothing. Pass.
Yeah, I'm looking for that 3.5 as well. But I may have found someone to pair a teaser
Wow.
with. I may do that.
It went down to 2.5, by the way, on Bet Rivers.
Ew.
Huh.
I may take that and pair them with the Colts and tease the Colts up to, I guess that'd be, I don't know what's the Colts now? 1.5?
2.5.
Ooh boy. So 7-pointer. I mean, because I need to get that down. I think I may do that.
All right, we are on to Houston, where the Cleveland Browns are in Houston. Houston getting 3 with a total of 40. Yeah, I think I like Houston. I haven't bet it yet. I know CJ's probably not playing, but the Browns are so injured right now. It just keeps getting worse, and I think Keenum is respectable, and I think he can keep things close at home. But I haven't bet this one yet, so I got nothing on it at the moment.
Yeah, I already took Cleveland minus 2.5. I think they're going to win this game. I think they're too banged up, the Houston Texans. You're right. Stroud probably not going to, all but not going is what the word is. Nico Collins practiced today. That's good because I have my fantasy team for my one remaining one that's present. I want to run through the injuries. I'm doing that right now.
While you do that, I actually did tease Houston to 8.5, and I paired them with the Tennessee Titans, getting 8.5 as well.
Right.
Two home dogs. I like the way Seattle's playing, but I think the Titans at home getting 8.5. Which, by the way, looks like a lousy play for me because now the Titans are plus 3.5. We'll get to that game next.
Well, it's because they don't know who's going to play quarterback. If it's going to be Tannehill, I don't know.
Well, I think Gino must have got. They must have announced he's in because that line didn't move the full point and a half. I think. Oh no, point. So maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. So Houston plus 3, plus 8.5. Sorry, with Tennessee plus 8.5. What was the injuries you're looking at?
Okay. I don't know who John Mechie is. I think he's their 4 receiver, limited. Brevin Jordan, limited to a tight end. Noah Brown, limited. Nico Collins, limited practice. All these guys, limited practice. CJ Stroud did not practice. Laramie Tunsil, questionable. Shaq Mason, questionable. Malik Collins, questionable. Blake Cashman, questionable. Will Anderson, questionable. Denzel Perryman, questionable. Jimmy Ward was knocked out with a concussion last week, so we don't know. Too many injuries.
Right.
I think I secretly have. I'm rooting for this Texas under to hit. So actually, Texas not making the playoffs is part of this parlay I have for the postseason. I need them and the Bucks to lose out as well. Not lose out, but just lose. I already have home the Arizona Cardinals not making it. And there's another team I have that looks pretty good. Too many injuries in Texas. I got 2.5. That could be a field goal game. Houston, very lucky to win last week. I mean, they stole that game against the Titans, but, Vrabel, boy, that magic. As Kirk Schilling said, the mystique and aura gone. So I don't trust that. I'm on the Browns.
The Seattle Seahawks at the Tennessee Titans, as mentioned before, Titans getting 3.5 at home, total of 41.5. Yeah, just the teaser. That's all I got on this one, plus 8.5, which, like I said, looks kind of lousy now that it's up to 3.5, but we'll take it.
I have no idea about this game. I understand the teaser play, but this quarterback scenario, stinks like a busload of white Rastafarians on their way to Burning Man. That's how I am not.
I just think Tennessee's defense has been so much better as of late. Even last week, I mean, they were still good. They played really hard, and them not winning that game had nothing to do with them. So I don't think Gino has been all that good this year, and I don't think what's his nuts, bigger Johnny Manziel is all that good either, despite his big throws last week in the game against the Philly. But yeah, I think I trust Vrabel at home in this spot. That's essentially the tease. I'm backing the Vrabel and the defense against either a banged up Geno Smith or a pumpkin about to be burst. Anything else on this one?
Nope.
The Indianapolis Colts at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons favored by 2.5, total of 44.5. Yeah, I don't. Why is this 2.5 now?
It went
At
up.
Falcons,
It was 1.5. Wowzer.
I think I saw Jonathan Taylor was announced out, but I thought he's been out. So like, I
No,
don't
he
know
was. Yeah,
what.
he got knocked
Uh,
out. I
oh, and I know the receiver for the Colts, the big guy, number 11. I think he's banged up. That's probably what's going on here. He
Pittman.
might not play.
Oh,
Pittman, yeah, he might not play.
I better hold
I mean,
off
listen,
then.
the Colts are lucky as fuck. They're the luckiest team. I mean, I mean, they're just pulling games out of their ass. They're blocking punts. I mean, it's absurd. Um, the Falcons. I don't know how you have any belief in Heineke. I mean, we've already seen this before. He filled in earlier when they benched Ritter. Then he played so bad they gave Ritter another chance, and now we're going back to Heineke. I mean, at Falcons -1, I could maybe see the logic in taking the home team just basically to win because the Colts have just been so lucky. But yeah, 2.5. I don't see how you could be on Atlanta. For Indy, I think I would need 3 or maybe possibly, like you mentioned earlier before the podcast, is teasing Indy
Hmm.
to 8.5 now that they're at 2.5. So maybe that'll be the play. Maybe I'll tease the Colts because I mean, is Atlanta gonna blow out anybody?
No, not at all. Zach Moss, questionable, did not practice today. Michael Pittman did full participant in today's practice. So 11 went up today. And my favorite headline of the day, I'm going to read this verbatim. Gay, hip in parentheses, was a limited participant in Thursday's practice, as in Matt Gay, their kicker. Gay, hip.
Uh, him and his gay hip. Uh, no, that's just what it is. It belongs to him. He's gay, right?
Sure.
That's his name.
Yeah.
The Washington Commanders at the New York Jets. Jets favored by 3, total of 37. The line stinks.
It does stink. And I was
Like
this close to taking, this close to
what?
taking them.
Yeah, what universe is the Jets should be favored by 3? And I mean, I mean, here's the thing though. It's like if Brissett was starting, I'd be all over Washington. Howell's back in. They're going to give him, I don't know, as much chance as any, I guess. I have no idea. So this game just stinks to me. I'm not taking it.
Hot trash play of the week. Sam Howell, $6,200. I'd rather have Thurston Howell the third from Gilligan's Island. And this is something too. Thank God I had the bye in my one league because I would have started Sam Howell and I would have probably have lost because he had 102 yards, a touchdown, and a pick, 22 rushing yards, and got benched. Jets are second fewest, points allowed to quarterbacks. Fantasy points allowing only 14.7. Howell has scored on less than 20 in 4 straight. As Ernest P. Worrell says, oh, I'd be really leaning on the Skins if they did a change. But, man, the Jets have covered the last 4 straight going over as well. Jets so over 4-1 against teams with losing records. The Commandos 0-4 the last 4 against the spread. Jets 1-6 against the spread their last 7. This game stinks worse than a famous dead celebrity comic's daughter who does stand-up, her vag, as you like to say.
The Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tampa Bay Bucks.
For those of you who couldn't hear it correct out, Nick laughed. It wasn't dead silence. So if you're going to say that joke didn't land, bullshit, Nick laughed.
No, yeah, they didn't. Did it not come through? I definitely laughed.
No, it did. It cracked, and then it
cracked, yeah. No, I will always giggle at those. The Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tampa Bay Bucks. Bucks -3, total 40.5. Apparently, fucking Joey Lawrence might not play.
Whoa. Yeah, wait, hold on a second. Hold on.
But
we've seen this movie before.
Yeah, exactly. This happens all the fucking time where it's like Trevor Lawrence needed his leg amputated. He's definitely out, and then you see him in practice fucking take it to dropbacks. You're like, wait, I thought he had a fucking high ankle sprain. And like they just bullshit their injuries all the time. So I can't trust the Jags. And I like the Bucks. I've been on them the last few weeks. I love the way they're playing. But at 3, I can't touch that. So maybe if Lawrence comes in and the number moves, maybe I'll take the Bucks, but nothing right now.
I teased the Bucks to 7.5. I know this is the problem though. He's Baker's 0 is 0-6 straight up after he's won a game outright. So they're saying he's won 3 straight. So due for some regression. Jacksonville's just wonky. If they win, are they going to blow anybody out? I really don't think so. I tease them with the Denver Broncos down to a pick 'em. I think Denver's just going to, after, again, another bad Gootee Whitmer pick. Whoopsie daisy. I think Denver's going to manhandle the Pats. Pats 1-4 against the spread on the road. 3-14 ATS their last 18. Holy Christ. 5-14 against the spread as dogs. Although the Broncos are 2-10-1 as favorites when starting Russell Wilson. You may want to consider the under. Primetime unders are 32-17 yet again. Yeah, so I tease listen, Denver has to win, and I'll take the Buccos plus the 7.5. I think again, the Jags have been super playing like shit and a little unlucky and a little lucky at the same time too. So I think it's gonna even out. I'll take the 7.5 and I'll take the Denver Broncos pick.
Real quick, I missed a game. I don't know if it was because DraftKings took it off the board for a hot second or what, but it's back now. The Green Bay Packers at the Carolina Panthers.
Yep.
Panthers getting 5 at home, total of 37.5. I am on the Panthers again, plus 5. I like the way their defense is playing. I think their offense still sucks, but their defense is playing well enough to keep them in games. And the Packers are struggling right now. And Jordan Love has a weird stat line where he's 4-2 against the spread against teams with a winning record, and 2-5 against the spread against teams without a winning record. So I don't know if he's just not taking these games seriously or not. But Carolina at home, 5-point dog. I'll take him.
By the way, I forgot to mention Jags are 5-1 against the spread on the road, as we know. 3-0 against the spread as a road favorite. Jags 9-6 against the spread on the road with Peterson. 8-1 against the spread their last 9. Ugh. God damn you, Baker. Don't screw me over. Sorry, right. Green Bay. Panthers are 10-4 to the under. I have the Panthers under first half 17.5 points a game. We've seen this movie before, and I've cashed those checks every single time. Panthers team total under slow. Green Bay also a slow starting team. Carolina's got a good defense. Fez said he likes the over of this game was a 36.5. I'm not touching that. I have under. I'm just going to play the obvious again. Carolina doesn't score. Green, and they can play defense. So give me under first half, 17.5 points, Carolina Panthers.
Nice. On to the 4:00 slate. Just to clarify, too, the Jags-Bucks game is also at 4:00. The Dallas Cowboys at the Miami Dolphins. Miami
Cooper Kupp dropped that. Yikes.
Miami laying 1 at home, total of 50. Man, back on the wagon again, teasing the fucking Dallas dickwads to 7.5 with Tennessee to 8.5. Yeah, man, I do worry. We saw James Cook run all over this team last week, and the Dolphins can certainly run with Mostert and Achane or whatever the hell his name is.
Yep.
But the Dolphins don't beat good teams. The Cowboys just got embarrassed.
And they don't win on the road either.
Yeah, they don't win on the road, I guess, either. So I'll take the 7.5 and the tees, but that's about it for me.
Cowboys have covered 9 straight, and there's a touchdown for the Rams.
4th and goal. Good for them.
Yeah, love the
it's
call.
It's a ballsy play.
It would have been even better for the under if they didn't get that, but that's fine. I'll take this 7 with only 2 minutes left in the quarter. Cowboys covered 9 straight after a loss, 11-1 against the spread after a loss since 2021, 7-0 last year, 3-0 against the spread this year. That makes me feel really good. Dolphins 0-3, you mentioned this, against the spread and outright against teams who are winning records, and nothing else jumps out. Yeah, I'm going to tease Dallas as well with the Colts that I don't know, should I round robin them with somebody else? Either Dallas and the Colts, or sorry, Dallas and Vikes, or Colts and the Vikes, or Dallas. I think I'll do Dallas and the Colts as well. All right, whatevs. I'm sold.
Yeah, there you go. We are now at the Arizona Cardinals at the Chicago Bears. Bears laying 4, total of 43. I took the Cards plus 4.5. I mean, I've been on these Bears. I've loved it. It's been a fun ride, but now I think we're getting overvalued. I don't think the Bears should be laying 4.5 against anybody. It is currently 4. I would still probably take it at 4. It's probably the basement for me. At 3.5, I wouldn't take them. I don't think. Um, even though 3.5 and 4 is basically the same thing, so I take that back. I probably would fucking take it, but even so, um. Yeah, my buy price is 4. I'm going to stick with that. Arizona Cardinals plus 4. I have them at plus 5 and as my bet, but I'll take them at plus 4. I just think the Bears are getting a little lucky as of late, and the Cardinals are actually playing good football. I mean, they're moving the ball. I should say they're not playing good football. They're moving the ball, and I think that goes a long way here. So give me the points.
Cold Cash quarterback of the Cold Cash play of the week. Quarterback Justin Mrs. Fields. Cardinals defense, second most rushing scores on the season and fifth most rushing scores. But wait, Cardinals over the last 4 games have allowed league high 11 touchdowns. 2 out of the 3 quarterbacks Arizona has faced. 31.4 fantasy points. Overall, 22 points on average, fifth most allowed. Justin Fields, $7,100. This game screams, and I took it under. Here is the number. I went alt line as well again. Alt line, 45.5. Why? 6 of 7 Bears games have gone under, including 3 straight. Well, I guess they didn't count that push last week. 5 straight Cardinals road games have gone under the total. By the way, Cardinals and under road games overall, 6-1. And 5 out of the 5 recently on the road. Bears 6 out of 7 under. You're going to take a dome team and you're going to put them out in Chicago. That game, it's to be what I think 45 and clear though. No weather to report, but I just don't see. I think it's gonna be cold. I know it's gonna be coldish, but 45.5. I don't see a lot of points. I see a lot of running. You're going to tell me it's 24-21? I'll buy that, as Chris Russo says.
The New England Patriots at the Denver Broncos. Broncos laying 7 at home, total of 34.5. I took the under when it was at 34.5. At 34, I probably don't take it, but yeah, it just seems like a low scoring. We're supposed to have some weather here, some snow. Bailey Zappi. I mean, is there anything else you need? This game reeks of like the fucking Broncos winning 12-6 or something like that. So give me the under. I don't know if the Broncos are going to cover the spread, but I also don't know how many points the Patriots are going to score. So I'm only taking the under.
Here are 2 props I just thought of. Have Bailey Zappi. How about we get in there a Denver interception? Will Bailey Zappi throw a pick? And when I forgot to mention previously, I will get it. It's not posted yet. Will Joe Flacco throw a pick? I took it last week, and that hit. I should have bet it 3 different times because he threw 3 different picks. So he's thrown a pick in every game he's been in this year. So I'm hitting Flacco on the pick. I think I'm going to hit Bailey Zappi to throw a pick, especially if they're the elements. What's it supposed to be? Nick, snowing, I guess?
Snow, yeah.
A lot? Little, or?
They just say it could be a pretty big snow game, but I mean, it really only affects it if it's happening during the game.
Right.
And if there's no wind, it doesn't really play an effect. I think it will be cold. It's more of these 2 offenses, honestly, and these 2 defenses too, actually. So yeah, anyway, under. We have 2.
Did you bet it, you said, or no?
Yeah, I did bet it. Yeah, 34.5.
34.5. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. We have 3. That was the Sunday night game. We have 3 games on Christmas Day. How glorious. How fucking glorious.
Yeah, so listen, no, for all you Jews out there, you have to go get Chinese food and go to the movies. You've got a third option now.
Yeah, how about that?
All right.
Fourth, if you count NBA basketball. I mean, Jews like basketball. I mean,
they
come
do.
on.
They sure do. That's why you ever see Uncut Gems? The one dude's with Adam Sandler. He's like, what is with you Jews in basketball? And he's like, I don't know. That's what we do. Shabba-dabba-doo.
The Las Vegas Raiders at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs laying 10, total 41. Yeah, I had nothing until that lovely super teaser you recommended there. So I have that in that down to a pick. So Kansas City down to a pick.
This is something I have another play in this game too. This is really interesting. Oh,
interesting.
If we always say the Colts haven't blown anybody out, unless you're talking about playing the Vegas Raiders. They hung 31 on them last time.
Yeah.
11 games against the Raiders. Mahomes has scored 11 games against the Raiders. He has scored more than 35 in 11. He's never about the 8 out of 11. He's never ever scored less than 28 points against the Raiders. What's the Chiefs team total on over? 23.5. Plenty of room on board, pal. Plenty of room on board.
That's low.
That's in their own building, and they need the game. And we all know that the Raiders played their Super Bowl Monday night when they beat up the now vacated Brendan Staley Chargers. I have team total over 20. I'm sorry, I take that back. 25.5. Chiefs team total over is 25.5.
Okay. Well, hey, you're still beating 27, 28, even 26, I guess. Yeah, it's how are the Chiefs not going to put up 27 points in this game?
No, I don't know.
I'm going to go look right now to see if it's still currently that. Do you have any other plays to give out while I'm looking?
I don't have anything in that game.
Nothing on this game?
No fantasy players either. That's it.
I moved to the next game. Your New York Football Giants getting 13.5 on the road in Philadelphia, total of 43. Nothing other than that super teaser.
Wowzer. Well, look, you can bet on Tommy touchdown firing his agent with that Goomba looking guy. That was funny. Drove by that pizza place yesterday, as a matter of fact, when he had just appeared at the other day. Look, death, taxes, actually 4 things. Death, taxes, Giants beating the Redskins, and Giants losing to Philly.
Yeah.
They have lost something stupid. Oh, here you go. 10 Eagles are 10-0 straight up their last 10 when playing at home against the Giants. Giants are 1-6 straight up on the road of late. They are 2-12 their last 14 in Philly, but no one's going to care about that. They are 1-4 against teams with winning records. If the Eagles would have won Monday night, I would have said, you know what? If it gets to 14, I'll hop on. Nope. They are hopping mad after that loss, and now we come in here. I just foresee a complete and total dismantling, and I'll be watching it on Christmas on my dad's birthday and going, well, would you look at that? Can I get another bourbon?
Hey, there we go. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. I just fired in this Chiefs line here. Glorious. Glorious 'tis the season. Now we are at the Baltimore Ravens at the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers laying 5.5, total of 47. I was on an island last week with Denver. Didn't turn out so well, but I'm on an island again.
No. You were not on an island. I was there with you, pal.
Yes, that's right. We are on an island. I think if you're still on this side with me, the 49ers, I took them at 4.5. I love them at 4.5. At 5.5, I'd still take them, I suppose, but I don't feel
dead
that
zone
strongly.
number.
But the dead zone number, but I guess you're getting 6, so that's fine. Take them at 5.5. This is the problem I have with Baltimore, and everybody's sniffing their fucking jockeys saying they're the goddamn greatest team. So they play. This is their last 4 games. They play Cincinnati, in which in the first quarter, I believe, or second quarter, Joe Burrow's wrist just snaps for no reason.
Like Lamar Latrell's.
Yeah, and then the following week they play at the Chargers, and that game is very close the entire time until they bust out a needless 50-yard touchdown to kill my plus 3.5. So so basically they cover against Cincinnati because Burrow gets hurt. They cover against the Chargers. Then they go play the Rams, and they don't cover, but they do win in overtime. But on a field goal, a punt return touchdown that had at least 2 block in the backs that weren't called. And then last week against Jacksonville, we already kind of covered it. Jacksonville just left so many points on the table that I feel like a lot of that was unforced. I don't feel like it was because Baltimore did anything. So I've been saying it all year. I think Baltimore's overrated. Now they're stepping up in competition, playing arguably the best team in football. I don't think that there's going to be a motivational issue for the 49ers. That would be the only thing if this was a bad spot where I would like Baltimore. But I think at home, primetime Christmas night, if this team's not fucking running through the goddamn wall, I mean, I don't know when they would be. So give me the fucking Niners. I know it's going to be chalk. I know it's going to be public. I know the Sharps are on the Ravens. But the Sharps are also on the Saints tonight, and that's not looking so hot. So
it's only the second quarter.
Yeah, but they haven't put a point on the board. But anyway, here we are. Give me the Niners.
I have here's a you like fun facts. I sure as shit do.
Yeah.
Dogs have won 7 straight Monday Night Football games outright. Longest streak in Monday Night Football history. Lamar 11-1-1 as a dog. 9-4. Sorry, 11-1-1 against the spread as a dog. Career wise, 9-4 outright. I am not touching the side. I completely see your point about the Niners. If it gets to 6, I'll tease them down and go, fuck around with somebody else. I grabbed the team total over for the Niners. I didn't write it down like a dumbass. It is 26.5. It's over 26.5. Niners have scored. By the way, here's a stat. If this is going to blow your tits right off your back, the Niners are batting in the red zone 1,000. Every single trip they make to the red zone, they score a touchdown, not a field goal, a touchdown.
How did you know my tits are on my back?
Well, it's because I hold them back there when I take you from behind and mount you. Duh.
Back tits.
The only time the Niners were held below 27 points is when Deebo Samuels is out. That is bonkers.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, 5-1 at night. Going back to his days as Iowa State is 6-0. That is bonkers. And
I think you can move the.
So I was also say because the Niners, they're also saying take the over in that game too. I could see a lot of points. Sack, excellent on 4th and 5. Really? Thanks, Dennis Allen. Don't fuck up my under. I mean, because Arizona last week ran for 7.8 a carry against them last week against the Niners.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I think too, the over is probably a good play here. But also, I think you can move the ball in the Ravens defense. So it just seems to me like a lot of points.
You ready?
I would say 30. I'm going to guess 37-28 San Francisco.
I'll give you some scores here. So they played the Texans week 1, they gave up 9. They played the Bengals week 2, they gave up 24. Played the Colts, gave up 22. Played the Browns, gave up 3. Played the Steelers, gave up 17. Played the Titans, gave up 16. Played the Lions, gave up 6. Played the Cardinals, gave up 24. Played the Seahawks, gave up 3. Played the Browns, gave up 33. Played the Bengals, gave up 20 without Burrow or with Burrow. I guess that was a Burrow game that got injured.
Yeah, that was when he got hurt.
Yeah, then he played. Then they gave up played the Chargers, gave up 10, Rams 31, Jags 7. So they can cough up the lead. I mean, they've scored over 20,
Yeah.
1, 2, or 20 or more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this year.
Yeah, and the NFC trend, Lamar against the NFC is I get it because the NFC doesn't have the same speed at quarterback, so being prepared, it's kind of a shock to the system. But who did San Francisco just play? Kyler Murray last week. He ran a lot on him too, by the way. So I think that's a huge test that they basically got to experience another fast quarterback right before Lamar. So I do like that, the timing of that. So yeah, give me the Niners. Can't wait till I'm texting you Monday night going, what the fuck?
I'm like, what the fuck? They're scoring points, though, buddy.
Yeah.
And that's it, huh?
That's it.
Well,
We can
let's
reiterate
recap.
our plays one more time. You want to start?
Oh, what the hell? I had the Bengals -2. I had the super teaser, Bills -1.5, KC pick, Philly -1.5. I had the Denver tease down to a pick with Tampa Bay catching 7.5. I have Carolina first half under 17.5. I have the Rams for this game under alt line 48.5. I have the Browns -2.5, Rams -4, Bears under alt line 45.5. Kamara this game over 30.5 receiving. Niners team total over 26.5. I have the Bengals team total over 20.5. Chiefs team total over 25.5. I'm going to fire in the Colts Vikings teaser, Colts Cowboys teaser, Flacco to throw a pick, Bailey Zappi to throw a pick, Denver under, and San Fran under.
I went on FanDuel and I saw that the total in the San Francisco game is 46.5. So I took the over. By the way, man, this Stafford over pass yards would have been sitting pretty right now. He's moving the ball well.
I see.
All right, let's go back to my picks. For sides, I have Carolina +5, San Francisco -4.5, and the Cardinals plus 4.5. Totals, I have the Patriots and Denver under 34.5. Kansas City team total over 25.5, and Baltimore, San Francisco over 46.5. And for teasers, I have Tennessee teased to 8.5 two times, one with Houston to 8.5, the other with Dallas to 7.5, and then the aforementioned super tease Buffalo, Kansas City, and Philadelphia minus 2.5 pick'em and minus 3.5 respectively. That is it for me. 3, 6, 9 plays right now. That's the lowest in a long time. I'll probably put a few props in, but I'm looking to keep it a little low this week, guys. Little low.
I have I'll have 18 by the end of the day, which is about half what I had, almost half what I had before. Ugh, do I have a problem? I don't know. Yeah, Ravens
You have a
46 and
problem
a half.
fucking getting this free money.
Yeah, I've had a problem getting free money the last 3 weeks. Exactly right. I would love to pay for the Cayman Islands trip in Disney World with free money. God damn it. Beautiful. Kevin Gootee, Nick Whitmer, Merry Christmas, you filthy
Merry
animals.
Christmas.
And have a happy new year. And we'll see you at the window.